Good evening, class. So today we will be discussing polity and governance current affairs. So the topics that we will be discussing is Rural Internal Audit Portal. Online class, is the AV working? I'm audible to all of you, right? Okay. So Rural Internet Audit Portal, Suman Roadmap for 2030, Anemia Mukt Bharat Abhiyan Operational Guidelines, Criminal Justice System Digital Push, Interoperable Criminal Justice System. Next, Vikshit Bharat Guarantee for Rozgar Ajivika Mission, Act of 2025. This will be the topics that we will be discussing in today's video. Okay. Online class, any point of time it is not audible, let me know. The first topic is Rural Internet Audit Portal. Okay. Now, look at this image. Rural Internet Audit Portal. This idea is by your Ministry of Rural Development. Okay, it is by your Ministry of Rural Development. Why are we discussing this topic? If you see, this is a government based AI enabled, artificial intelligence enabled rural internal audit portal. Now the question will come as to why. Why are we bringing AI enabled rural internal audit portal? For transparency and accountability. Alongside this, we want to create something called as technology based governance model. To be on that side, we are trying to bring let's say risk based audits. We will be discussing or the focus here will be on real time monitoring data and automated reporting. This will also improve the compliance of the system. Okay, because of that we have brought in rural internet audit portal. It was brought earlier, but now we are adding AI enabled, artificial intelligence enabled. Okay, why is the news? Because your AI enabled was launched by Union Minister for Rural Development. This was unveiled during your Rashtriya Gramin Vikas Sammelan in New Delhi. This is India's first AI based enabled internal audit portal for rural development. Not only India's first, but it is for your rural development. Okay. So that is why we are discussing this news. Next, if you see who is developing this, it is by your Ministry of Rural Development and National Informatics Center. What exactly can this portal do? Okay, it is a digital internal audit platform, that is, let's say, where money is happening, what is the risks associated with this, okay, and end-to-end audit management system. Another most important thing is they are trying to create bulky papered approach to a paperless approach, and also the data will be stored digitally. Understanding? So this is AI enabled, completely paperless, and it is the complete audit life cycle from starting to ending. Now, if you see, this particular audit is compliance based audit, risk based audit. One single digital ecosystem is enough, and also this creates much more of transparency. Initially it was launched as a pilot project, but once it came into operation by 2025, all modes of it were covered. Okay. Now, what is it about the special AI enabled means? It creates a predictive risk scoring, pattern recognition as to okay, this is has been how it was, so this is what we can expect in the near future also. Okay, it also detects anomaly so that any leakages issues we have, we can detect it at early stages only. Okay, and all the data will be stored in your digital platform. We can even use your artificial intelligence in governance is becoming more and more important. And also this focuses on your geospatial map as in GIS based audit visualization, wherein you can track the coverage throughout India, how is it performing where. So this will lead to good amount of targeted inspection and better resource allocation. Next, ATR model and record repository. Meaning, let's say all the data that you have created, we mentioned your AI enabled it is and also paperless. Now it is paperless means digital storage is there from all the stages, from the entire life cycle beginning to end. So this will be making sure that all the reports are stored properly, and if at all any financial irregularities are there, it can be easily traceable. Understanding? So when you can point out the source of the mistake, then the system automatically becomes accountable and transparent. Both are one of the twin pillars for your good governance. So enabling of this is a step towards good governance. Okay, this also does online compliance and real-time workflow tracking and also the administrative monitoring. Now the information, because it is vast amount of information, the security of it is also very important. Now the access to it is given only for what roles you are in, not above that. Okay, so you can call it somewhere like a clearance. Okay, and all the audit logs, who is entering, okay, who is availing what data is all also logged in. Daily data backups are there. Okay, and this will be a centralized monitoring with your recovery system also in any worst case. Now, administrative benefits, what are there? Now, just because we have created this AI enabled, completely digital, paperless, transparent, accountable model, how is it beneficial? That is what we will be seeing. So, we will see this from different sector ka benefits. First is administrative benefits. Again, one of the issues about your governance is it is criticized as your administrators are hiding behind paperwork. That is the common criticism that we have seen. Now, when we bring this model, then this goes into paperless audit system, faster audit completion, and also manual correspondence is less, meaning transparency and accountability are more. And if at all any leakages are to be detected, it can be done in the early stages itself. Okay, this leads to efficient governance or good governance. What is good governance? Maximum governance and minimum government. Understanding? Now, what are the environmental benefits? Again, less paper consumption, reduction of physical records, you are supporting green governance and promotes digital India. So, these are some of the environmental advantages. So, This, when we said after, even though it was initially introduced as a pilot, it was rolled out, all the core modules were rolled out by 2025. How? Because your Controller General of Accounts approved the framework in December 2025 and it is applicable all the civil ministries. Okay, under all the civilian ministries it is applicable and it has become a internal audit framework for all the core modules. Now, we'll see one possible prelims question from this online class. Any doubts so far? Okay. With reference to Rural Internal Audit Portal, consider the following statements. It is India's first AI-enabled internal audit platform for the Ministry of Rural Development. India's first AI-enabled for Ministry of Rural Development. This is correct. The portal has been developed by National Informatics Center. Correct. It supports predictive risk scoring and geospatial visualization of audit activities. This is also correct. It is designed exclusively for compliance-based audits and does not support risk-based audits. We specifically told it is applicable for compliance-based audit and risk-based audits. Okay, it supports both compliance-based as well as risk-based audits. Because of that, the statement is wrong. The correct options are 1, 2 and 3 only. Next topic is Suman roadmap for 2030. Done? We'll move ahead. What does Suman stand for? Suman stands for Surakshitra Matritva Ashwasan. Okay, this is Suman. What exactly is Suman? If you see, first and foremost, see, India has to have this short-term goals, long-term goals, all of this, right? In that, one of the most important thing for us we are trying to deal with is your reduction of maternal mortality, infant mortality, okay, and you reduce the possibilities of your let's say death which is preventable. Understanding all that ka focus is what we see in this roadmap. So this is launched by your Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. When did they launch it? During your 16th conference of Central Council of excuse me, Health and Family Welfare. What exactly is there in the Suman roadmap of 2030 means? Basically, they are trying to target two main sections, maternal and newborn. Okay, this is developed by your Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, where they want to create the policy based on evidential facts and they are focusing on quality and equitable healthcare. So this also supports your sustainable development goals of 2030. What is the objective of this Suman roadmap if you see? Reduce maternal mortality below 70 per 1 lakh live births, reduce infant mortality, reduce neonatal mortality, universal quality maternal care, okay, zero preventable maternal deaths. This is again preventable maternal deaths means here you can actually prevent it. Understanding? Let's say with respect to your infections, okay, complications which could be easily handled. universal newborn care, and also zero preventable newborn deaths. This is the objectives. So, Suman is Surakshitra Matritva Ashwasan, wherein they are giving a standard operating guidelines with respect to ambulance services, at least minimum 4 antenatal checkups. Understanding? So, first and foremost, what does it focus on? It focuses on RMNCHA plus N. What does this stand for? Reproductive, maternal health, newborn health, child health, adolescent health and nutrition. This is the full form. So if you see, they are trying to track the progress, or the focus area is on which sections, means during pre-pregnancy, pregnancy, childbirth and postnatal care after the child is born. Now, what exactly are they trying to focus here? Or what is the main important areas that they are trying to establish lines on? First is in your high risk pregnancies. If high risk pregnancies are identified earlier, it becomes easier to track, monitor and provide antenatal care, third trimester care, intrapartum care and postnatal care, various stages in your pregnancy, which will help in reducing MMR and IMR rates. If this is taken out, this reduces IMR and MMR rates, so infant mortality, maternal mortality. What kind of services are you offering in order to deal with these things? Emergency obstetric care, referral transportation, your ambulance services, especially in tribal areas, remote regions, and also you bring community participation by bringing your Suman Panchayats, okay, bringing the awareness and climate resilient healthcare. Where exactly are you focusing this? Means in 113 districts of 13 high focus states. Which states? Assam, Bihar, Chhattisgarh, Haryana, Jharkhand, Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, Odisha, Punjab, Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand and West Bengal. In these you are focusing. Why you are focusing here? Because it has highest burden of maternal and newborn mortality. Understanding? So, what are the major interventions they are trying to focus here? First is pre-pregnancy folic acid. Understanding? Because the iron levels is very important during the conception. Again, because of that, within the first 30 days, all the major things for your child development growth ka needed things is also there. Okay, maternal nutrition, anemia management and high risk pregnancy surveillance. They are also trying to prepare for emergency scenarios such as your obstetric hemorrhage, that is excessive bleeding, cesarean sections, emergency obstetric services which has to be provided. And how will they monitor all this? Through your maternal death surveillance response and your Janani portal monitoring, Suman call centers. Alright. And what exactly are they trying to utilize with respect to technology? Means AI enabled labor rooms, digital monitoring, okay, and also with respect to your child health, they're targeting on continuation of care, that is from birth to at least 36 months. Here is where the role of ASHA workers will come in. And we also said that this focuses on trying to meet the targets of Sustainable Development Goals 2030. So which SDG goals is it trying to target? SDG 2.2 is for ending malnutrition by creating nutrition for mothers and nutrition for children. SDG 3.1, maternal mortality rate below 70 for 1 lakh live births. SDG 3.2, ending preventable newborn deaths. Okay, where you reduce it to less than 12 per 1000 live births, under 5 mortality reduced to under 25 per 1000 live births. Next is SDG 3.7 for providing universal reproductive health care, family planning, health education. Next is SDG 5.6 for reproductive rights and informed reproductive choices. What are the other health initiatives that are launched as a part of this? If you see, drug registry, okay, wherein you try to provide drugs which are having your generic medicines, okay, labeling, availability, all of this. Next is your unified health interface, where you will give appointment bookings, okay, based on the hospitals. Next is national ambulance services. Again, because we said in important critical cases, the transportation is also very important. Next is your Arogya Setu app 2.0, which is creation of your ABA ID cards, let's say under your Ayushman Bharat, okay, and also creating Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, consent based data sharing, where all your data will be available in one place. Next is Ayushman Sarathi. This is a WhatsApp chat box, okay, which will deal with your grievance redressal, tracking, services, all of those. Next is e-Sushrut at clinic. Okay, this is for your primary health care, private clinics, and this is developed by your CDAC. Next is with respect to integration of your newborn care, understanding, and home based care for children born from 0 to 36 months. So, we'll see a possible prelims question on this. With reference to the Suman Roadmap 2030, consider the following statements. It is anchored in RMNCHA plus N framework and adopts a life cycle approach to maternal and child health care. RMNCHA is your reproductive, maternal, newborn, child, health, okay, nutrition. So this is correct. It aims to reduce maternal mortality rate to below 70 to 1 lakh live births by 2030. Correct. It includes interventions such as AI-enabled labor rooms, maternal death surveillance, non-pneumatic anti-shock garments. Remember we told you have to be prepared for emergency scenarios also. So this is correct. It focuses exclusively on maternal health and does not cover newborn or child health. No, then it will negate the first point. It is maternal health as well as newborn health as well as child health. The correct options are 1, 2 and 3 only. Next topic is Anemia Mukt Bharat Abhiyan operational guidelines. Okay, write it down. Okay. Now, see, Anemia Mukt Bharat is part of your National Nutrition Mission or National Health Mission. Okay, we can add National Nutrition Mission also. So, if you see in India, the burden of anemia is very higher. Which age group, if you see, your children below 5 years, your pregnant women, post-pregnant, okay, adolescent girls, and also one more new section they've added is children who are born with low birth weight, 0 to 6 months. Now, when I tell children born below or having low birth weight under 6 months, it is targeting a generational, okay, anemia is being targeted there. So, how are you trying to deal with this? So that in early stages only you will correct it, so they don't have to bear the burden throughout their life. Understanding? So, your Anemia Mukt Bharat operational guidelines is released by Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. It has been since 8 years since the launch of Anemia Mukt Bharat. This is brought about to combat anemia. Anemia both because of your nutrition based and non-nutrition based also. When is it non-nutrition based? We will discuss. So Anemia Mukt Bharat launched in 2018 under your National Health Mission. It follows a life cycle approach targeting both nutritional and non-nutritional causes of anemia. Nutritional, food related, non-nutritional, it is genetics related. Think of it that way. So, they moved from T3 to T4 strategy. Earlier, the way they were trying to combat or deal with Anemia Mukt Bharat was test, treat, talk. That's all. Now they have added tracking also. Okay, with continuous care, referral system and follow-up. So this is the new addition. Understanding? Now, what is the tracking or what exactly are you trying to deal with here? If you see, you are moving from just preventative care to therapeutic care where you will focus on treatment, diagnosis, case management and constant follow-up. Understanding? They have also expanded the 7x7x7 framework. This is how they are trying to deal with your anemia. How? They have added, I told you, there are various stages where anemia is largely seen. In that they have added the 7th beneficiary group, which is low birth weight babies from 0 to 6 months. The 7th intervention also they have added as eating right campaign, iron rich diversified diet, bringing a behavioral change in order to how to combat this, and denormalizing the anemia. It should not be considered as a normal thing. You have to move away from that. Okay, you have to take steps to deal with that. Next is with the institutional mechanism of digital monitoring, end-to-end accountability. So what are the 7 groups, if you see, who are going to be the focus of your Anemia Mukt Bharat? First is children aged from 6 to 59 months of age. Next, that is under 5. Next, children from 5 to 9 years of age. Next group is adolescent girls and boys from 10 to 19 years of age. Next, women of reproductive age 20 to 24 years. Pregnant women, lactating mothers, and this is the new addition. Low birth weight babies from 0 to 6 months. How are they trying to deal with this? What are the 7 interventions they are looking for? Through prophylactic iron folic acid supplementation, deworming which is carried out twice a year, February and August, intensified year-round behavioral changes they will try to bring about. Okay, and they are trying to create national Anemia Mukt Bharat units, intra-ministerial coordinations, and also they will be trying to deal with a year-round behavioral change such as communication campaigns. Anemia you will test using digital methods, and mandatory provision of iron folic acid fortified foods in your public health programs, which means ration shops pay iron fortified, B12 fortified food grains. In your PDS system or ration shops, and also addressing non-nutritional causes of anemia. What is this non-nutritional cause of anemia? Sometimes it will be because of your sickle cell anemia, or other cases is malaria, fluorosis. Okay, and the new change that they have introduced is eating right. You will promote iron rich diets every day. Then you will strengthen supply chain logistics, converge with other ministries. You will create a center of excellence for advanced research on anemia control, and you will create digital portals where you will get one stop destination for all anemia related details. And this is the new one, digital integrated monitoring. Constantly you will monitor or track. Understanding? Next, you will also provide clinical care in the form of intravenous iron therapy in case of severe anemia, okay, and the unified digital architecture where it is linked with Janani portal, UWIN portal for your real-time data, okay, data convergence and better tracking. So this leads to good governance aspects of your, it is a whole of government approach where you will integrate with various ministries. You will also lead the community participation as Jan Bhagirdari, Jan Chetana campaign. So it's more of awareness building, community led participation. So what will this lead to if we realize what we have dreamt of? Low maternal mortality, low infant mortality, better maternal care, better child care, and intergenerational anemia will also be broken. So you will target the core. So what are some of the major interventions you are trying to do? Iron and folic acid tablets. Okay, it is based on color coordination, and also you will do year pay twice deworming, February and August pay. It is more like husband or chewable tablets. It is given to children, adolescents and pregnant women in the second trimester. Food fortification with respect to your government nutrition programs of PM Poshan, midday meal schemes, and your ration shops pay iron fortified foods. So coverage is both nutritional as well as non-nutritional. Non-nutritional because of your sickle cell diseases, malaria, okay, and you will also have digital health records of all this so you can monitor the data. So technically what is anemia? Anemia is your deficiency of iron or hemoglobin which reduces oxygen carrying capacity, okay. This causes iron deficiency, folate deficiency, B12 deficiency, vitamin A deficiency. At least minimum you should have this much amount of iron is the criteria by WHO, that is your HB levels. Women should have, okay, greater than 12, pregnant women greater than 11, children below 5 years greater than 11. Now, if anemia, let's assume, is left on without care, what will it lead to? See, in children it will lead to fatigue, tiredness, poor brain development, okay, reduced immunity, okay, and with pregnant women, if you see, maternal complications, premature birth, low birth weight, okay, and in your, which section is most vulnerable means children under 5 years, adolescent girls, pregnant women and lactating mothers. National Family Health Survey 5 data has showcased that India has 67.1% of children under 5 years at the risk of anemia. Adolescent girls 15 to 19 years are 59.1%. Women from 15 to 49 years are 57%. And pregnant women are from 52%. Okay? You can write this down. So, we'll see one possible prelims question. With reference to Anemia Mukt Bharat operational guidelines, consider the following statements. The revised guidelines introduced 777 framework which includes low birth weight babies as new beneficiary group. Correct, this is the new version that they have added. The operational strategy shifts from T3 to T4. Yes, the new one is track or monitoring. The Anemia Mukt Bharat portal integrates data from Janani portal, UWIN portal for real-time monitoring. Correct. Anemia Mukt Bharat is implemented under Poshan Abhiyan. No, it is implemented under National Health Mission and not Poshan Abhiyan. Okay. So, correct option is 1, 2 and 3 only. Next is criminal justice system, digital push, interoperable criminal justice system. Okay. So basically your 2023 had major amount of changes with respect to your criminal justice system. What does it means? Criminal justice system will be digitized and rolled out by 1st January 2027. All the new procedures under the criminal laws will be digitally recorded. That is what will be done and roll out by your 2027. What is exactly this? If you see, they are trying to build a digital platform and all pillars of criminal justice system will be added. Now, what are the pillars? If you see, it is a end-to-end connection of police, courts, prisons, forensic labs and prosecution. So all the data when you digitize, it will be applicable and available on all these things. So what are the objectives of this? It will lead to paperless criminal justice system, faster investigation, faster trial, better interagency coordination among these, real-time information sharing, transparency and accountability. Okay. Now, first and foremost, such amount of data, as of now if you see, hardly only 40% or 46% of the data is being digitized. Now this much amount of data, where will you share or store, keep? All this means it will be in your cloud compilation under Meghraj. This is India's cloud platform. Now if you see from which stage to which stage the data will be stored, it will be from FIR registration to the final disposal of cases. The in between are investigation, charge sheet filing, prosecution, trial, all this data will be covered. Now, what are the criminal laws that we have there? Okay, and what are the things that they want to digitize? Indian Penal Code was replaced by Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita. Code of Criminal Procedure Code was replaced by Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Sanhita. Indian Evidence Act was replaced by Bharatiya Sakshya Sanhita, which means all these three new laws will now be digitized, is what they are trying to tell. So, what are some of the digital platforms you are linking? If you see, Crime and Criminal Tracking Network System, which covers almost 16,000 plus police stations, all the FIR registrations, and all the data will be available in your local languages. So local languages translation is given by your Bhashini app. It is a language translation platform. This is mainly to tell that no police station can tell no for 0 FIRs. The question is, what is the 0 FIR? 0 FIR means FIR will be filed irrespective of the jurisdiction. Okay. So this, let's say wherever you have filed the FIR, now when it has to be going to the concerned jurisdiction and it might be in different language, so that translation will be available in your Bhashini app. Next, what are some of the major developments we have seen? 74.6 lakh FIRs are registered under BNS, 63,572 0 FIRs are registered, and as of now only 46% of FIRs are digitally transmitted to the courts. So what is 0 FIR? The FIR is filed irrespective of the jurisdiction and later it will be transferred to the concerned police station, and police cannot refuse your 0 FIRs. FIR transmission, only 46% are digitally transmitted to courts. This showcases that there is a incomplete digital integration. That is why they are wanting to do 100%. Forensic reforms also they have brought about in this, where they are telling mandatory forensic should be set up, okay, and also lot of your forensic laboratories must be created. So 2023 period 129 forensic labs, Now it is raised to 154, and also creation of your mobile forensic units, okay, on the go. So if you see, the implementational score has been happening, okay, where almost 60-day and 90-day charge sheet compliances have improved comparatively in the last 1 year. National Police Database showcases the number of records with respect to your police records, FIRs, charge sheets. Understanding? I will see one possible question on this prelims question. With reference to the interoperable criminal justice system, consider the following statements. ICJS integrates police, courts, prisons, forensic laboratories and prosecution on a single digital platform. Yes, that is why they are trying to do complete from the starting to the ending of disposal of cases. The data generated under ICJS is stored on Meghraj, the Government of India's cloud platform. Yes. Under the Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Sanhita, a zero FIR can be registered irrespective of the place of occurrence of the offence. Correct. And they can't tell no to this also. Police. The Crime and Criminal Tracking Network system is administered by Ministry of Law and Justice. No, it is not Ministry of Law and Justice. The change brought by your Ministry of Home Affairs. So the correct option is 1, 2 and 3 only. Next. Last topic. Vikshit Bharat Guarantee for Rozgar and Ajivika Mission Gramin Act 2025. Okay. So your VB Gram is being, okay, VB Gram G Act of 2025. This is what we will be calling as VB Gram. Now this is a reformation for your Manrega which was set up in 2005. Okay. Why are we doing this? To reach towards our goal of Vikshit Bharat at 2047 or developed India by 2047. Why is it in use? Your VB Gram completely comes into force on 1st July 2026. It replaces the Manrega, your right to work national policy of 2005. This aligns with our rural employment goals of Vikshit Bharat at 2047. So what is this VB Gram? This is statutory guarantee of rural wage employment. This is to reduce poverty, promote livelihood, and it focuses on your village participation planning and strengthening. What are the objectives? Employment generation, rural infrastructure development, climate resilience infrastructure building, water security. Okay. How are they trying to do that? Through livelihood promotion, women empowerment, national resource management. So leading to Vikshit Bharat at 2047. In simpler sense, Manrega is your right to work, wherein all the eligible rural households can get 100 days of work. That was Manrega. Now your VB Gram has replaced Manrega. Okay. Now when the VB Gram has replaced Manrega, it also comes with significant amount of changes. Your Manrega was 100 days of work, okay, wage for work. But your VB Gram has brought the changes to 125 days of work. Okay. So here they have enhanced the employment from 100 days of work under Manrega to 125 days. And also there is a new feature added in VB Gram which was not there in Manrega. What is that? They have created a 60-day agricultural pause, which means in this 125 days, if there are days where you need for your sowing, harvesting or human intensive labor is needed in agriculture, means that days you can pause this. Okay, and after that you can resume. This concept was not there in Manrega. And they have fixed a national wage floor, which means throughout India, minimum you have to give at least 300 rupees per day. You cannot fall below the ceiling of 300 rupees. Okay, and the wage payment will be weekly. By max, by within 14 days or fortnight, you have to pay the wages to the workers. Now they will get a new identity. The existing eKYC jobs also will remain valid. Gramin Rozgar Guarantee Card will come in. Okay. Earlier, Manrega was 100% central. Okay, but now they have changed the funding pattern, where in the state, center and your state will share the burden of 60-40. Your northeastern and Himalayan states it will be 90-10. Union territories without legislature will be 100% central funding. Now because of this new change, one of the issue is that now states will have to bear additional income, additional funding issues. Okay, alongside this they are going for normative allocation, which means earlier Manrega was demand driven funding, but now center already fixes this is how you have to spend. Okay, this is based on your 16th Finance Commission recommendation. And you will spend, or the work that you will do under your VB gram will come under 4 important zones, either for water security, rural infrastructure, livelihood infrastructure, or climate resilient works. Works will happen in these 4 things. Also, they are integrating PM Gati Shakti integration, which is bottom up planning with your Vikshit Gram Panchayat plans. So this will lead to avoiding your policy fragmentation, rather an integration of the policies. Alongside that, they are trying to create digital governance through digital asset mapping, central monitoring, all of these. So earlier what was only completely central government allocation is now center and state. Normal state split is your 60-40, northeastern and Himalayan states 90-10, union territories without state legislature it is 100% center. Now states are solely responsible for expenditure on unemployment allowance and delay compensation. So they have to make sure that within a fortnight maximum you have to pay it back. So what are the differences between your Vikshit Bharat, that is VB gram and Manrega? Manrega 100 days, VB gram 125 days. Manrega, multiple issues where the works will not be completed, it is all scattered. Here you will only do it in 4 things: water security, rural infrastructure, livelihood and climate resilience. Here center bears the funding, there it is divided between center and state. There is no pause window here, but here 60 days pause window is there. Here it was based on demand based funding, here it is normative funding. Gram Panchayat planning is central in Manrega, here institutionalized convergence and infrastructure planning is brought about. So what are the focus areas and issues or challenges in Manrega if you see? See, in Manrega you will create natural resource employment, rural connectivity, it was very scattered around. Sometimes works will not getting completed. So this would create fragmented assets, wage delays, lot of fake beneficiaries were there, fiscal uncertainty, and if it was agricultural season, that time labor unavailability, shortages would be there. But the new one, that is VB gram, will bring about a change in rural economy. It will change digital governance, build durable infrastructure, and focus on climate resilience, improved accountability, and focuses on long time rural development. Okay. Now, that doesn't mean that your VB gram does not have any challenges. It also has considerable amount of challenges. What is that? This additional funding which is to be shared by states will add a 6-fold increase in the state's burden and the state's finances. And also the funding will be based on normative allocation where they are already preparing and this is how they have to spend. Now the right to work, which was earlier demand demand model, okay, is now based on your expenditure limits. And the agricultural pause which is kept, yes, it was not there in Manrega, but what if there are issues because of your monsoon failure, crop failure, droughts, okay, that time it will be burdensome. And also this creates a sense of greater centralization, and Manrega had inbuilt social audit. Your eKYC dependence will issue the risk of exclusion of beneficiaries. And if you see, already there is pending due of 17,000 crores of unpaid wages in your Manrega. So we'll see one possible prelims question. With reference to Viksit Bharat, Guarantee for Rozgar and Ajivika Mission Act, consider the following statements. It replaces Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act or Manrega Act of 2005. Yes, this is correct. It guarantees 125 days of wage employment for eligible rural household. Yes, earlier Manrega was 100, this is 125. Under the Act, funding pattern for normal states is 60-40 between the center and states. Yes, this is for normal states, not northeastern states. That is 90-10. The Act retains the demand-driven funding model. No, it goes for normative. It is not demand-driven. Demand-driven is Manrega. This is removed here. So the correct options are 1, 2 and 3 only. Okay. With this we have come to the end of the topic. If you have any doubts, online class, any doubts, anything you didn't understand? Okay, no doubts, then we'll end the session.